What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting to you from the D. Let's get into the topic at hand. Elon Musk, he has officially parted ways with the Trump administration. I liked Elon being part of this whole thing. I thought him leading Doge, he was doing absolutely exceptional work. Him and his team, they were so good at going through the expenses with a fine-tooth comb and exposing not only just outrageous levels of frivolous spending, but outright fraud. I remember one of the examples is they had exposed that there was like 20,000 cases where people over 100 were getting Social Security. A handful of those cases, the people who were receiving the Social Security were nearly 200 years old. So obviously they're not getting those checks. Someone else is. So it's just that level of fraud that has existed for we don't know how long and would likely be continuing if Kamala had won, because we all know that she wasn't going to be bothered with the details. She couldn't even be bothered to do the border czar job. So we know that looking over things like this and eliminating frivolous spending, she wasn't going to bother with this stuff. So I did really like Elon being part of the administration. I thought he was doing a fantastic job with Doge. Elon, he was a very vocal supporter of Trump, and he jumped on right away. Very vocal, someone that was showing his support, doing interviews. He was somebody that was putting money behind it, and he expressed how important it was to see Trump become president again, for a number of reasons. Some of them personal. He felt some sort of way about the woke mind virus, as he put it, or whatever. He has a son that became trans, and he always says he lost his son to the woke mind virus. So the way the old administration was moving and encouraging a lot of this rainbow behavior, encouraging the trans stuff, encouraging trans athletes to play female sports, whatever, he took a personal interest in this. So he joined up with Trump. He would go on tour with him. He would speak at different events. I mean, he was really behind him. Honestly, if you're trying to do something, whatever it is, whatever your goal is, an Elon is what you want behind you. And I don't mean just in terms of running for president of the United States. I mean, whatever it is that you do, you want a supporter behind you that is like how Elon was behind Trump. So, I mean, really, the guy really, he really stepped up. He didn't just talk about making things better. He did things that, in his mind, he believed to be making a difference when it came to making things better. So he didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk, and he endured a lot. He got a lot of hate, mostly from the left. From the right, people didn't seem to mind him so much. They liked the fact that he was behind Trump the way that he was. The left seemingly hated his guts, which was ironic, because up to the point of him showing support for Trump, they absolutely loved him. Who was the one buying all of the Teslas? It was the left. It was not the conservatives, which I'm not an electric car fan. I probably never will be, but I found it extremely amusing that you got all these guys that We're talking about how much they don't like electric cars, how they're low test cars for low test guys and all that. Now suddenly, because he's backing Trump, they were all about doing it. Like, really, I seen guys, and it's some of these influencers too, who claim they would never drive an electric car. I'm not gonna name any of them. Maybe you guys know who some of them are, maybe you don't, but I'm not gonna drop any names. But I seen guys who swear they would never drive an electric car. They were kind of wusses, low test beta males, all that sort of stuff, and then they're like test driving one, talking about which one should they get. So that was an amusing thing. I'm like, really, Elon suddenly got you guys who swore you would drive these cars, now you're all about them? Okay. But he endured a lot. He got a lot of hate. You had a situation where Tesla's stock took a fall. You had situations where dealerships themselves were being attacked by maniacs. You have them scratching swastikas in random Tesla owners' cars. And you guys know I talked about that extensively, how absurd I thought some of these maniacs on the left are, because you're out keying random Teslas. How is it that you are unable to comprehend that the majority of these Teslas out there are driven by people who have the same beliefs as you? I'm not even gonna go down that though, man. I covered that and gave my opinions on that quite a few times already, so you guys can watch some of my previous Tesla videos to get that. But he endured a bit, and he still never wavered. He says that his exit here was always scheduled. Maybe, or it could just be some disagreement or whatever. And that happens when you have movers and shakers that have to converse on different things and agree on different things. They're not always going to agree. When you got guys with big personalities that are used to getting their own way, and just used to doing things their style, they believe their way is the right way forward and everyone else is wrong. When you have those type of men together, they're gonna agree on certain things and they're not gonna agree on certain things, and sometimes they can find a meeting in the middle, some middle ground. A lot of times they can't though. Now, I'm not saying that's why Elon is leaving, that him and Trump disagreed on something, but it is possible, especially with this new bill that Trump has just recently had passed, that Elon said he spoke something to the tune of he was disappointed when he saw it or something like that. So he might have given some sort of feedback on that he didn't really like this, or he thought it should go in a different direction, and Trump's like, well, I'm the president, this is the direction that we gonna go in. And Elon may have been like, okay, well, my job is done here. If you're not gonna take my input seriously, you're just gonna do whatever anyway and not consider what I have to add to this, then I guess my time here is up. We don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, that this is how, if you've ever dealt with or been around movers and shakers, that this, they'll work together for a while, but a split can sometimes be inevitable, and there's no animosity afterwards. It's just business. We just didn't agree on this, and gonna go ahead this way, you go ahead that way, and the potential for us to meet again to do more great things in the future is still there. So I wish Elon the best. I don't know what really he's going to do now. Maybe focus on Tesla again, focus on SpaceX again, because he was kind of like part-time at his own companies, because he was really giving Doge a lot. And I think he was only getting paid $1 a year was his salary. So that's just another thing. He was there because he truly believed in what he was doing, because it wasn't about the money. I'm going to leave it there, though, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And, hit me in them comments. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.